everything that we stand for. We're the greatest country in the world, and we are now the greatest economy that we have ever had. We're the greatest economy in the world. We've gone up $10 trillion in value since my election.
President Trump taking a bow for what's happening in the economy and in the markets. You think about it. If things were going south fast, we'd be blaming him for it. So it can be a curse of riches or failures, depending on your point of view or who occupies the Oval Office. To former Obama economic advisor Austan Goolsbee. Austan, I was looking for you in that crowd there. Maybe didn't quite make you out. But
yeah, did you hear me cheering?
I did. So let me ask you about that. We always have these arguments, and you're very pragmatic about it. You step back. We're talking about what Barack Obama did from the earliest points of the meltdown and dealing with that as a new president, and talked about the stuff that Donald Trump has done and all. But I always feel it's not either, it's both. And can we just leave it at that? What do you think?
I kind of agree with that. You know, as we've always said when we talk about these things, most of what happens in the economy and in the market have nothing to do with the White House. And I said that when Obama was there, and I say that when Donald Trump is there. If you're going to allocate credit to Washington and presidents for the stock market, you know, that's okay. But you can't really claim that you're the guy who won the game. You won the Super Bowl when you didn't enter the game until late in the fourth quarter. 80-some% of the bull market, which is now the longest bull market ever, 80% of that was under Barack Obama. Okay, so maybe it's both. And
I know where you're coming
that.
from, and I'm not here to argue politics, but I did want to step back and talk about what got us out of that quagmire, the meltdown and everything else. People forget that President Bush had started these rescues and TARP and everything else to sort of right the ship. And a lot of diehard conservatives and laissez-faire types, and a lot of them are bankers, by the way, and didn't bemoan the help that they got then. So accept this with a grain of salt.
That's true.
Argue that there are times when the ship is sinking, you throw a life raft out, and generally it's to something in the government. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because once in place, the fear seems to be you can never detach.
Yeah, it's probably a little of both. You know, it's if there hadn't been the bailouts, at the end of the Bush administration, who even knows what would have happened? But it's certainly not good. You know, it's good that we didn't have a depression, but it's certainly not good to set a precedent that, we're always going to come save your bacon if stuff goes wrong. We've litigated that many times.
Austan, and this wasn't your doing, but I'm talking more about Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve and helping all of these banks and, keeping interest rates forcibly near 0% for many a year, that we said we wouldn't do that again. But I think if it were to repeat itself, we would do it again, wouldn't we?
I think it'd be hard to do it exactly the way they did it then. The law, unless and until the Trump administration gets rid of Dodd-Frank makes it difficult to do, let's call them naked bailouts, where you give money to companies and you let them live. Dodd-Frank basically requires, if you're going to do bailouts, you can only pay for funeral expenses. You can't pay the hospital bills.
No, you're right, and I know that's the argument, but I can't help but if we're in the middle of a free fall in the market, and I remember those financial issues torpedoing, the Bear Stearns thing, the Lehman thing.
Yeah, that was scary.
And I think that was the capital that was shrinking fast. So no matter what cash you have on hand, it isn't going to compensate for cash you're losing hand over fist on Wall Street, right?
Yeah, look, I agree with that, but the question is, should you allow it? Let's say somebody gets in big trouble and it spreads to a bunch of other firms, and it's threatening to bring down the whole system the way that it did at the end of 2008.
Yeah.
The question of, should you give money to a firm and let that firm live to see another day, or should you give money to somebody else to buy that firm and break it up and let us never speak of that firm again? Those are two different kinds of bailouts that are, I think the moral hazard problem is very different from those two.
You think it could happen again?
I hope not, but I mean, you can't rule out that it could happen again. And for sure it could happen again in other financial systems in the U.S. where they didn't have the kind of reckoning and accounting for the problems. You know, come forward, do a stress test, show us the full kimono, what the problems are. There are a lot of countries in the world that did not do that, and for sure it could happen there.
All right. Well, you dealt with a lot in your time in office and what you had to go with on left or right. It's a thankless task. And many have told me that. But Austan Goolsbee,
yeah,
always good having you.
Yeah, I love seeing you again, Neil.